I want to talk for a moment about residual impairments. Many, probably most injuries have residual impairments. We just have to figure out what they are. And when the Supreme Court has made this one of the factors, what they've actually allowed us to do is explore a way that we can really increase the value of these underlying cases. You know, this is where creative lawyering comes in. And in my outline, I talk very briefly about a couple different ideas. I talk about the long-term effect of taking a lot of the medications that our clients take every day, about the toxicity of certain medications. And by the way, you don't need a psychopharmacologist to do this, which I thought you did for about the first 5 years of my practice. You know, all you need is a psychiatrist or neurologist and the PDR, and it's right in there. And they can talk about the long-term effect on someone's health from taking these kind of medications. Pain counselors. Again, this is another thing I was looking for years in Michigan before I realized they really don't exist here. But a pain counselor can be anyone. It could be a therapist. It could be a social worker. And let me tell you something. From trying these cases, I think these are some of the most compelling witnesses that a plaintiff can put on. Because it's not, thank God, another lawyer or another talking head doctor on the TV. It's a human being that they can relate with, usually a social worker, who actually cares about your plaintiff and will really sit down and explain to the jury the day-to-day effect and the impact that these injuries have on the person's ability to function. I tried a case in May where I used life activity calendars. Hopefully you can all see this. It's a very visually impactful way of showing how someone's life has changed between before the injury and after the injury. I think it's extremely compelling, and I think you can use it in motion for summary disposition. The late, great Stan Schwartz once said that you can literally see how the pain bleeds the color from my client's life. And I could never say it that well, but it's a wonderful way to show impairment and show how the plaintiff's life has been impaired and affected for trial. What I personally do is I then use the lay witnesses for each different color, which represents different areas of their life, be it work, recreation, hobbies, home life, church, what have you. And we just go through it, and I'm writing it during the course of trial as these people are testifying. And by the time we're done for each color, I've got a long list of 5, 6, 10 things that show how the plaintiff's life is different now than it was before. Another idea, again, turn to the medical literature, which is wonderful when it talks about the long-term consequences of pain. Talk about the component, the fatigue component. Any injury that causes severe pain over a period of time is going to cause fatigue. Talk about the global effect it has on someone's body functioning, about the changes in someone's emotional functioning. These are not new concepts. These are very well supported in the medical literature. You go back to the McGill study from 1974 onward. Let me say a quick word on economic. Again, there's no threshold. And people are still making the same lousy $20 a day for replacement services that they've been making for a long time. I think with certain judges, it will be a factor in how they may decide motions for summary disposition. When you make clear to that judge that no matter how they rule, your case is still going to be on their docket, it's going to take just as long to try your case, and you have just as many witnesses, because you have an excess economic claim in terms of the excess over the replacement services of $20 a day that you've brought for excess household services. My economists actually show these are worth about $48 a day now, calculated with inflation, and I've seen anywhere from $40 to $60. Again, if an economic claim for time off work over the 3 years. But these are claims that have no threshold, and they will stay on the judge's docket. One thing that's really interesting when we're talking about the course and trajectory of someone's normal life, I have not yet seen anything regarding being off work because of a disability, but there are some really interesting studies about people who are not able to work because they were laid off. where there are now studies that say that being laid off for 3, 4, 5 months can permanently change the course and trajectory of someone's economic earnings over the course of their lifetime.